What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success. And this video here is going to be one of those OG classic apparel success videos where I'm bringing you some information that you really don't hear a lot online. And what I want to talk to you about in this video is how important it is to create systems inside of your clothing brand. By far, the biggest difference between my clothing brand today and when I first started 6 years ago is that today I spend about 95% less time and effort working on my brand, and I get about 10 to 20 times better results. And the reason for that is because now, 6 years in, all of my systems and processes are locked in and they're much more efficient. So rather than driving the business forward based on my own motivation alone, trying to grind the business forward without really knowing what I'm doing, now I've got these systems in place, these processes that are really working and growing the business for me much faster and much easier. So what I'm going to show you in this video is how to do that for your own brand. Here it is. Apparel Success is sponsored by my buds over at BrandCrowd. BrandCrowd's a logo maker tool. You type in the name of the logo you want to have made, hit enter, thousands of logos will come up. You choose the one that you like. Then you can edit that logo as long as you want for free until it's absolutely perfect for you. This is a logo that I had made for my own clothing brand using BrandCrowd. If you're interested, head over to brandcrowd.com/apparel success and you can get 66% off at checkout. So when it comes to the systems that I've created for my brand, this is the way that I view it. I look at every single aspect of my clothing brand, from order fulfillment and sending out orders, to managing the inventory of my brand, to handling all the customer support, incoming emails, refunds and exchanges, the marketing that I'm doing for my brand and the traffic sources that I'm driving to my website. All of these things you can set up processes for and you can create systems for. And in the early years when you're running your brand, for people who haven't been doing this for a long time, all of this stuff is very fly-by-night, sort of just every day you wake up and you just get working and you just get grinding. But as you get a little bit more mature running your business, especially once you get some momentum going, all of these things that you're doing that are a bit chaotic, you want to turn these into systems to make them much more efficient, to make them much more easy, and to make it much more reliable and predictable in terms of your future results. There's a great saying, if you can't describe what you're doing as a process, then you don't know what you're doing. And this is something that a lot of new entrepreneurs, a lot of first and second year clothing brand owners will have to transition into as they begin to grow their brand, as they begin to get better and better. So I want to walk you through the different areas that I've improved my brand over the years through creating systems so that you can kind of see what that transition will look like so that you can do this for your own clothing brand. So let's talk about marketing and how my marketing strategies become systematized over the years. Back when I first started in the first year or two, the only way that I was driving traffic to my website was through organic reach on social media, primarily Instagram. So the way that all the traffic was being driven to my website, all of my leads, the top of my funnel was through just organic content on social media, trying to go viral, trying to blow up. And even though this worked for me, it led to a lot of inconsistency in the results. And the reason for this was because 1 month I might have 3 posts that go viral, that get in front of my audience, that go nuts, and all of a sudden, I sell a ton through my website. But then the next month after that, maybe just because of luck or whatever the algorithm's doing, you don't get in front of as many people, and all of a sudden your orders take a huge hit. You don't sell nearly as many products. And this was a huge sticking point for me. I didn't want to spend money on paid traffic. But I also recognized that if I could spend money on paid traffic, like Facebook ads, TikTok ads, and get it to the point where I was profitable with it, that I would take all of this traffic that I'm driving to my website, it would all be within my control at all times. So the consistency would be there. I could systematize it, basically just have this stuff running where I do checks on it and maybe make small and minor adjustments, but it's much more reliable than the algorithm that's out there. So when it comes to your marketing strategy, this is why I use paid traffic more so than organic reach these days, is because mastering paid traffic, mastering your Facebook ads, mastering your TikTok ads is so much more within your control in terms of your ability to scale, your ability to get in front of your audience than you could ever rely on when it comes to organic reach. And the cherry on top with this is that you can run paid ads and still post on Instagram, post on TikTok organically in the meantime. And another area that I systematized that completely changed my business and made things so much easier, so much smoother, so much better in terms of the results that I'm able to get was for the first 4.5 years, I packed and shipped all the orders for my brand. So I'd be creating all these ads, making all these posts on social media, driving these orders. Then as they're coming in, dozens of orders a day, once you get to that point, then you go into the other room, you're packing all the orders, creating all the labels, shipping everything out, and all of that just it does so many things. Number one, what it does is it monopolizes 90% of your time. Like I would spend 8 hours a day just packing orders. It's like a full work day just doing a job that could be systematized where you could have somebody else doing that for you, and all of that time would open up for you. And also, just as the clothing brand owner having to do this as things get bigger and bigger for you, it takes up so much of your mental bandwidth and you just can't focus as clearly on the areas of your brand that are extremely important for you to be focusing on. And so what I did instead, about 4.5 years in, instead of packing all these orders myself as the business is growing, is I teamed up with a fulfillment company that I work with very closely that handles all of the inventory for my brand. They send out all of the orders. I keep in touch with them every day through phone calls, but I don't have to do this all the time. I'm not packing all of the orders all the time, right? And that's just freed up so much of my time to work on the vision of the brand, the marketing of the brand, and moving it all forward. And you may not necessarily be at the point where you have to do that yet because you've got a manageable amount of orders coming in on a regular basis, but as you grow your brand, I can guarantee you this will become an issue for you and it will be something that you'll want to systematize. And I hope that just by seeing this, you kind of understand how all of this will morph and transform as you grow your brand forward. There's a saying, systems run the business, people run the systems. And so the quality of your systems will determine how easily you get results, how easily you're able to just navigate the day as a clothing brand owner. And as another example for this, I run the customer support email for my clothing brand. So anytime customers reach out about exchanges and refunds, and you may think, wow, that must take up a lot of time. I've actually systematized it. I've created a process where every day for about a half hour, I go through the emails and I have it all set up so the refunds and exchanges, creating return labels, all of this stuff is super easy, super streamlined. It takes me 2 seconds to send out the emails for a return label, for an exchange label, all of that stuff. And even though, I'm having to do that as a clothing brand owner, by creating that process, by creating the systems, it saves me so much time rather than scrambling through that every single day. So the way to move forward here, given this information, is you want to be looking for deficiencies in the systems that you currently have for your clothing brand. So maybe it's in the way that you're packing orders for your brand. It's just kind of all over the place. It's a little bit scrambled. It's wasting your time. It's causing you sort of headaches every single time you're packing orders. And maybe everything could just be laid out a little bit nicer. Or maybe you could have a friend come over and cut down the time it takes for you to send out orders on a daily basis. And it's really the systems creation part of growing a business that leads to a lot of genius inside of most entrepreneurs and most businesses that get really significant results. Because there's only so long that you can just be driving your business forward through motivation where everything's just all over the place, everything's completely scrambled, and you basically have no idea what you're doing until all of that sort of just kind of collapses down. So getting organized on this stuff, getting clear on it all will make your business fly so much better in every possible way. And I really hope that by sharing that with you, it got you thinking about it. It allowed you to see the different ways that you can do it. And I really hope that that helps. If you got a lot of value out of this video, please hit the like button for me. It really helps me get these videos out there. And let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. And if you haven't already, check out my free clothing brand marketing masterclass. All you have to do to get access is go to apparelsuccess.com/masterclass. You can watch the whole thing for free. And if you made it to this point in the video, I want to tell you about the closed Facebook group that we have for Apparel Success. There's a link in the description. Follow that link, join us in the group, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.